Welcome to this edition of God's Word for Our World, presented by E.R. Potter Podcasts. This series is entitled Whistle Stops on My Train of Thought. A whistle stop, or a flag stop, is a short, unscheduled stop a train makes to pick up passengers or goods. These are short reflections on what I have picked up when my train of thought was suddenly interrupted by what I had just read or heard. Maybe there's something for you to pick up too. We all know there's historical fiction, and then there's fictional history. Scientists at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration have announced that the Earth was not always covered by oceans. Water only in vapor form until the Earth cooled and water condensed 3.8 billion years ago. That's when it rained for centuries and life began to form. I guess the rest of it is history over billions of years, the evolutionary version anyway. There's a scientific dilemma. Where did all the water in the oceans come from? Water from the interior of the Earth was expelled in volcanic activity. That's one explanation. Maybe icy comets crashed into the Earth, or a combination of the two, or there was a massive collision that included creating the moon. Well, two things science is certain about. Today, our planet is in the perfect zone for water to be found in solid, liquid, or gas form. A little closer to the sun, and all we'd have is vapor, whereas a little farther away, there would be no vapor at all. And the second thing is, oceans help the Earth be habitable. The ocean teams up with the atmosphere and efficiently circulates the heat and water around the planet, according to one scientist. Without ocean currents, the regions surrounding the equator would be much warmer, he noted, and those around the poles would be much colder. The distribution of oceans has changed. The land masses used to be together, but they separated into the continents we know today. But then there's the Genesis account in the Bible. In the beginning, the earth was watered by vapor, and there was a vast canopy of waters above. It never rained until God caused the windows of heaven to open, and it rained for 40 days. And the waters covered the earth for about 6 months. And in the days after the flood, in Genesis 10:25, it says, Eber had 2 sons. One was named Peleg, for during his days the earth was divided. Peleg in Hebrew means divided. Now, that's when my train of thought came to a halt. If the text of Genesis was composed by Moses nearly 3,000 years ago, but what he wrote in Genesis covers the facts scientists claim to have just confirmed, that being there was no ocean in the beginning, and there was an enormous deluge of rain, and the lands of the earth were divided, Genesis even explains where all the water came from. Now, how did Moses know all that 3,000 years ago before scientists published their findings? That's something to stop and think about.